What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 370, and it is officially the end of football season. Super Bowl 60 has wrapped. We are officially into the off season of the sports calendar by nature. February, by far, the most dead month of the year for sports. It's college basketball, NBA has not started yet, so can't even watch that yet. You got
This
you
year we
got
have
college
the
basketball.
Olympics.
Yeah, there's
I feel like
Olympics
there's
in
an
it.
exception,
Okay,
but
okay, that makes it a little bit
that is
fun.
an exception to this season this year.
Yeah, that makes it a bit fun. But overall, though, we are going to have to grasp at every straw possible for content. Every single nook and cranny will be checked. Every single table will be turned over. We're checking both
Pre-shows
sides.
will be delivered for half the episode.
Yes. Get ready for 75% of the episode to be pre-show. It's about to get crazy. It's about to get nuts. About to get nuts up in here. But Super Bowl 60 recap. We'll dive into the game exactly, but I just want to start off with this. That Super Bowl completely summed up this football season, both pro and college, to be honest. Just really missing some oomph, missing some excitement, and just at the end of the day, the best team that we all thought were going to ended up winning the whole thing.
I think playoff wise, sure, regular season is different in the NFL this year. People were winning every week at random, kind of.
It was random, but I'm thinking in the sense that
Just an end of the day.
we're missing some excitement storylines in the playoffs. We wanted another
I would agree
Chiefs versus Bills, Josh Allen versus Mahomes again. We want another Lamar versus Josh Allen. Jacksonville getting bounced round one. That could have saved everything, but they didn't win. So we were just missing out on some things. Micah Parsons gets hurt, Packers die. A ton of these top contending teams, they were just kind of
It fell flat in
dead in a way. A
lot of injuries, broken ankles happening. Bo Nix could have saved the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Bo Nix breaking his ankle, that's arguably the worst thing that happened in the football season. But the fact that it came down to Bo Nix's ankle, that's already a problem to begin with. All right. We already have an issue to start with, that we were relying on an ankle Bo Nix to provide us entertainment.
Just Bo Nix specifically,
already,
let alone his ankle.
It's already a failure. All right, it was already an L of a season based on that. I'm just looking through. It's like, if you look at last year, a team that wasn't predicted to make the playoffs but made it very exciting. The Commanders were actually the most abysmal football team based on expectations this season. It's like, oh my God. Oh yeah, maybe a team of 38-year-old defenders is probably not going to age well in the future. Probably should have thought about that.
Quarterback being hurt for half a season doesn't help.
Also does not help at all. But Niners having injuries throughout the season, they were kind of just not really that serious of a threat in the playoffs. Yeah. But semi-disappointing overall when you're looking at it all holistically, what occurred. But we ended up getting the right team winning at the end of the day. If the Patriots won this, that would have been the biggest disaster. That would have truly been the worst possible scenario. But I guess we could live with this. I guess we can. But the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions, kings of the sports world by nature, for the 2025-26 season.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The Vikings fan, I don't know how I feel about that one, but
I'll say this, as a Vikings fan, obviously you didn't have the greatest year, but I'll say this, as a Chargers fan, sure, we made the playoffs. It was the least exciting playoff run I've ever watched. No fun on offense at all.
At least
what am I watching?
At least though, you didn't let your quarterback walk last offseason and watch him go win a Super Bowl with his first year.
Sure, but he is hobbling right now. He might need 7 surgeries in the offseason, probably 8.
Worth a soupy though.
Tack on another 2 on top. Because like Madison Beer right now is like convincing Justin Herbert.
Oh,
Like
you're
we
talking
should
about
probably
Herbert.
just like leave the
True.
world socially, just go move in a remote place and like just stop doing social
You know
media.
that's
And you
talking to
know
Justin
Herbert
Herbert like that's talking to him
is,
like the Green Goblin mask right now in the Spider-Man
that's the
movie.
easiest conversation of all time,
He's like,
having that with
fuck yeah,
Justin
I'll do
Herbert.
that.
He's like, I was just waiting for the day you asked. So yeah, there's that. But I mean, that wasn't even that exhilarating of a year as a Chargers fan from that perspective. Sure, I liked seeing the Chiefs suck. But I mean,
I think your season peaked when you beat the Chiefs week 1. I think that was the peak
oh,
for
certainly.
you.
Certainly. But like Slater hurt start of the year. I'm like, all right, we're not
Yeah.
winning a playoff
Yeah.
game. I mean, we're not. Uh, and honestly, even on the college football sense, uh, I'll be honest, that Texas game, that was so lit. That was too lit. Beating Texas week 1, everyone said Texas was gonna win. That was so lit. But since that night, like 8 p.m. that night, remember, big noon kickoff, 9 a.m. start for me.
Mhm.
It's like 12 hours post the game. I was then just like, oh yeah, so we're just gonna be the number 1 team the entire year, and like we don't have a challenge. Uh,
Almost the whole year.
well,
But
entire regular
basically,
season that ended up just being
basically,
correct, and then it was just
yeah.
like I couldn't even like really enjoy it. I don't even think I'd mention Ohio State football from weeks 5 to 12.
Well, don't worry. Next season, I don't know if you'll be number 1 right away. It might take you a week or two, but you'll be right there in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean the team's going 11-1 next year, and then we'll see what happens. But I didn't even really enjoy the college football season that much. Yeah, I think I'm wiping 25. Just
You're
clean slate.
hey.
I'm on
Tell
to
the script writers
2026.
that though. The script writers. This was like Game of Thrones season 8 right now. That's how bad it
Yes,
was.
yes, yeah. I thought for a second you were about to say early season. I was like, no. Season 8, Game of Thrones. Yes, no, you hit it right on the head right there. It was not the story tale ending we were looking for there. And to think this season began with Jalen Carter spitting on Dak and getting ejected, that was exhilarating. Okay, that was
Yeah.
exhilarating. Once again, kind of just
And the
went
Micah
downhill.
Parsons trade too, like the week before the
That was
season.
exhilarating. That
Yeah.
was.
For you, not for me. I did not
just
enjoy
dampers,
that, but
dampers
yeah.
on the year with injuries, how everything's. Honestly, it wasn't even that crazy of an injury year. There were obviously a ton. Don't get
I
me
mean,
wrong, but
I think it was just more like defensive player
last year was the
injuries than offensive.
QB. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the
This
thing.
is
Like
defensive this
the
year.
QB injuries last year was arguably unbearable to watch. Like arguably, like all right, what are we doing? Also, the rookies sucked. Big reason why there wasn't that much fun. Rookies weren't fun this year. Not even him. I'm talking the skill guys. Like Shuck came in too late to be fun. Jackson
Yeah.
Dart got a concussion every week.
And Scatabo blew out his
Scatabo
foot.
blows out his entire leg. Yeah, and then I'm looking at receivers. Emeka, we haven't heard about him since week 4. Have not heard about him.
McMillan was the inverse. He was like end of the season.
But
like,
it was as a guy who had
weeks.
McMillan in many leagues and was following it. It was but I mean, it wasn't a crazy rookie of the year season. All right,
No.
Yeah, there wasn't much excitement there. The MVP race wasn't too fun. Drake May, how he played last night, it's embarrassing. He got 23 votes and was only one vote behind Stafford.
For as many defensive injuries as there was, I feel like this was a defensive driven year.
Oh, overall. Sure. That also helps contribute to it 100%. Yeah. But we kind of just been saying this all year. These defenses, they have evolved so fast. And I think honestly, you saw it in this last game specifically. The average, both of those teams had some very top line D lines, don't get me wrong. But still, the average D line in the NFL is just night and day better than the average O line. And it causes bad football.
It's also one thing I think we've slightly mentioned is D lines. You're obviously your first line of the D line. Think about it we're talking hockey or substitutions, right? Or even soccer. That first line.
Sure.
Is your best players, right? But then a lot of these teams have that second line of substitutions that they bring on that are also really good. And offensive linemen, like those guys are playing the entire game. Defensive linemen get to stay fresh, and that also
Well, I'd say that's definitely part of it, but it's just
the pure
pretend
talent.
stamina's off. Yeah, pretend it's off.
It's the pure
Still,
talent.
the bet the this okay, there's 64. Let's just pretend 4-3. I know it's more than that.
Sure.
Let's pretend there are 64 starting D tackles in the NFL. The 32nd best D tackle in the NFL is so much better than the 32nd best guard. It's not even close, really. Really not fair at all of a comparison. And this gap, I think we were kind of bringing it up recently, but I think it's only going to increase positional value.
Probably.
If you're a lit lineman, you go play tackle. You're not doing this bullshit. But
I think
there's value inside on the D line. If you're a small fat boy, you get $12 million a year. So
I think we've seen that a lot, but also like those edge rushers, like we're talking like Bosa, Parsons, Garrett, whoever else you want to.
Honestly, this is a perfect example. K'Lavon Chasen, a lifelong mid D end, right?
Mm-hmm.
K'Lavon Chasen, athletically, it is night and day how much more athletic he is than any tackle in the NFL. No, he's like 6'5", 7 foot wingspan. That's perfect body weight, build, speed.
Yeah, no, you
and he's mid.
The biggest thing though is like the size difference. Like you can be built skinnier than a tackle. A tackle needs to be a big human being.
Sure, in terms of supply availability, there's a larger range of people that could be a DN than a tackle.
Yeah, and I mean, still a DN, like you're still going to be a large human being.
Yes,
but like weight wise, like. Look at the difference. You have a difference between like Myles Garrett and Dallas Turner, right? Dallas Turner is not he's a big human being compared to me and you, but compared to Myles Garrett, that guy is a fast twitch, like smaller muscled guy compared to Myles Garrett.
And honestly, that's another thing. Muscle, multiple different body types can dominate.
Tackles, it's always the same one. It's going to be like
6'7", 320, 7 foot wingspan.
You're probably 6 foot. Really, really low.
You were really good at basketball. You had one of the best drop steps in the game in high school. Okay,
you're like 6'5" to 6'7". Like even the leaner tackles are still like very, very heavy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A ton of tackles now, they're kind of built different with a smaller waist, and they're agile now. They're still 320.
I mean, like I'm thinking like Brian O'Neill. Brian O'Neill is a skinnier tackle compared to like historic like.
I'm thinking specifically. I don't know why this. I don't even know if he's good anymore. But Evan Neal Giants. I remember his build.
Good, but yeah,
his like hips. They're not. I don't want to say like wide, but it's like they're narrow, and he's kind of built like a sprinter.
Yeah, you can get those steps in.
Yeah, but it's like these tackles now. They're also freak athletes, don't get me wrong. But it's like if you are that freak of an athlete on the O-line, you're playing left tackle. We're wasting our time making you play guard. Everybody loses if we make you play guard.
Yeah.
So it's situations like that. But once again, it's just these interior lines are getting whipped. Just whipped every play up front. And because of that, teams can sit back in too high the entire game, daring you to run, and then they stop your run in a light box, and you're averaging 1 yard a pop. So yeah, the thing is, I don't really know what that solution is to fix it.
I mean, you're just gonna have to have teams. Honestly, the solution isn't even offensive line; it's running backs. Like the running backs just have to be more dynamic. Like,
that's one thing. Hey, like I'm a former O-line guy, so I'm always saying about that. I can confirm an elite running back can make an O-line look better than it is. But there are limits to that. Look at Saquon.
There are limits, obviously, but like
the CMC on the run game for the Niners. I think he was the least efficient running back in terms of running the ball this year.
But let's just say this: like, go back to the 5,000-yard passing seasons when like all those quarterbacks like were passing for 5,000 yards, right? Like the big difference is those offenses predicated the run game and those running backs I don't know necessarily, but you consider them more dynamic right now than the average running back. But I think on average, you could
Compared
say
to what
that
period of running backs? Like just 10 years ago or how long?
10 years ago. Like we're talking like Arian Foster, AP, Marshawn Lynch. You could even talk about Jets LT. Like
I think just running
David
has
Johnson's
changed.
goated year.
I think just running has changed. And back then, it was very predicated power
But
running.
That's
I
my point though.
formation, pro
You had
style.
those running backs though where it's like you needed to fucking get in the box to stop the run, so you couldn't run too high. And this
Yeah, they're
this
bell
kinda,
cow backs.
yeah, this kind of generation right now, we don't exactly have that many of those. Like there are teams that have them. There are teams that have them.
Yeah,
but
it's
compared to
Derrick
the past,
Henry. It's him. It's the fact I don't have an immediate second
maybe you
name
could
says a
argue, like,
lot.
Gibbs.
But
Like, you
no,
kinda
no,
have
no,
to come
no.
up for
Power
Gibbs,
back,
but
like
power
just
back
straight
wise,
power.
yeah.
Like
Power back
Derrick
wise.
Henry, you could say, yeah, Bijan's in there, but
Yeah.
it's like there aren't four clear bell cows like 10 years ago. Shit, you were just saying it right there. Foster, AP counts, Marshawn Lynch, like
Mhm.
just bell cow bulldozers back there, you know? And it's like,
yeah, I mean, just look at Jonathan Taylor. Maybe you can make an argument for him.
oh yeah, no, oh,
and
he's
Saquon,
certainly in there. Taylor's
and
certainly in
Saquon
there.
as well.
Yeah, like Saquon, those it's like slightly
like
I wouldn't
really,
even put Saquon in there. Really,
I mean, like this is the realm right now of running backs that you could argue. We're not saying putting in there, but argue. Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick
I
Henry.
think they're
obviously.
both clearly those three. I think are all qualities.
Saquon arguments. Josh Jacobs too on the Packers.
Yeah, no, Josh Jacobs statistically he's there, but I mean Josh Jacobs is nowhere near as bell cow as
no
backs.
And I mean James Conner a couple of years ago, you could argue that as well. But
sure, honestly, that's like the next best we got, but it's like that isn't.
But the greater point is like because of that, like you might have dynamic shifty guys, but not guys where you're coming up to sack line because you're so afraid of what they're about to do to get to the second level.
You know, I wonder how good Reggie Bush would be like right now in the NFL.
And because of that, you can run too high, and you're seeing less passing yards because of that as well.
Also, I mean, these safeties are flying. I want to say it was the second quarter. Kobe Bryant comes up and makes a hit on Hunter Henry. Dude, he was shot out of a cannon. These safeties are crazy now. They are so out. They cover ground so quickly.
They are extremely dynamic.
The safeties today are absurdly talented.
Like, I mean, look at Caleb Downs too. Like, he is arguably one of the most athletic secondary players to come out of the draft in the last decade. And
yeah, he's crazy.
I think is just a specific, like, look at that as the example of how things have changed.
I've been seeing this a ton recently. Arvell Reese, right now on most mocks, he's projected to be first Ohio State player drafted. In terms of just day one, plug this dude into a starting NFL defense, any caliber. It could be the Seattle Seahawks. It could be the Cleveland Browns. I don't care how good this defense is. In this order, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, then Arvell. In that order of walk in, I will learn your playbook, I will never mess up, and I will always be in the right position.
I do also think a lot of people have made the argument that Caleb Downs is the best player total in this draft.
Yeah, like what you were saying there, he athletically is a freak and just off pure athleticism looks generational. But that's not why I'm excited about him. This dude is one of the smartest football players I've ever watched at Ohio State.
But like that's the thing. So many safeties in the NFL right now. They might not be athletic as Caleb Downs, but they're all just smart. Like look at Kyle Hamilton when he came out of the draft. Might not have been the most athletic guy coming out of the draft. Like I think his biggest knock was that his 40 speed is short. It was not.
Yeah, but if you know where you're going,
he's smart.
You mask the 40 time. If you're always taking the proper steps and you put yourself in a position to succeed, it doesn't matter what your 40 time is.
You know, I mean, another example I'll show is like, you know, an older guy, biasy, but like Harrison Smith over the past 5 years,
he's a perfect example.
Might not be fast, but that guy is so smart and he will put himself in the position he needs to be, even if it's blitzing.
He counts as a legend too. I mean,
Hall of Fame player, Grant. We've been over this. Hall of Fame player.
No, I know, but I'll say at the start, you need to say any bias there. We all know he's lit.
I always like to disclose, but that's an example of some guy where it's like he is so smart at what he does, and also the way that he plays, I think is a much more similar play style to how players play now. Like he started that kind of switch. I feel like almost like bringing it over.
Yeah, I think another thing is safeties are tasked with a lot now. They are constantly moving from too high into one high, shit constantly rotating, having to come guard guys in the nickel or the slot in man.
You're
They
like
have to
you're
do so
blitzing, you're
much.
playing in man coverage, you're backing off the line to go play zone
These
coverage.
guys
Like
have to just do so
you're
much.
you're
And
playing a spy, like
what
you're doing everything.
I think like started this passing like evolution like 20 shit, it was probably like 15ish, 14ish. We really started this see this take off.
Mm-hmm.
Those first 4 to 5 years up until like COVID, okay? 2015 to COVID, these quarterbacks were having field days every week because these defenses did not know how to defend. They didn't know. But a decade later,
stacking boxes a little bit more too,
sure.
you know?
But a decade later for these DCs to like start learning how to defend their RPO and like have their rules in place. Now, right now, offense just hasn't evolved as quickly as defense has in the past 5. Over the past 10, certainly, it's probably equal, to be honest, over the past 10, because offense improved so much at the start. But right now, I think we either see crazy revolutionary stuff on offense next year, like a brand new RPO. I can't even give you an example because it's something none of us have ever seen before. Like either that starts getting implemented or there's going to be rule changes to help the offense.
I don't know if there's going to be rule changes. I don't think that they can do that like that well.
I feel like they can. I feel like they can. I don't know what those are, but I'm not saying ban too high, but they can definitely make changes to ease things up on the offense. Some new penalty rules or something. Like, but right now, it's pretty much these defenses are just a little too crazy. Just complete defenses, all 3 levels. But we were seeing it's just with the O-line play last night. Like both just normal pass rush, both D lines are getting to Darnold and May kind of like it's nothing. But then when you blitz, both quarterbacks go into protect mode. Okay, you blitz them, they're like, all right, we're just not fumbling here. I can't fumble here. Like that's what it just turned into.
Yeah, you do have varieties of that though. You have quarterbacks who then try to run out and then they just.
And Darnold was doing a pretty good job of it, honestly. Scrambling, creating some extra plays there. He was doing a pretty good job.
I mean, for Darnold standards, yeah, but I still don't think overall, like whenever he's been getting pressured, especially blindside pressure, like he panics a little bit, and I think that came out in some ways as well. But it will be interesting. Like I think the only way the NFL, like I think part of the reason why this season was the way it was because the defense really showed off this year, specifically the differences between like 10 years ago and today. And I don't know if there'll be changes in the off season from offensive like coordinators or offensive head coaches, like to see how to mitigate that. And like,
well, we kind of just saw shit. You had the number. How many new OCs are there?
I got it. Hold on. But like the thing is, we've seen a little bit like here and there of like the 13 man, right? Like we've seen that. But I don't know if that's going to be it. There's 21 new offensive coordinators this year. That is 3/4 of the NFL, over 3/4 of the NFL,
a little over 2/3. Still, that's an astonishing amount. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
only 11 OCs are retained.
I mean, like Clint Kubiak, literally, as we're recording this right now, just signed a 5-year deal with the Raiders as well. So, like, that's like the thing. Like, I think a lot of these teams you're wanting to replicate what Sean McVay did with the Rams, but in reality, you should be kind of replicating what the Seahawks just did with Mike McDonald. Like it's flipped right now. Like you might want to have somebody innovate the way that Sean McVay did, but the innovation is coming all on defense over the last 2 years.
Yep. No, that like right now on defense, like it is the OCs that are confused at the end of the week, not the DCs. The
Mm-hmm.
DCs know your plays. They know everything you're about to throw at them, and they've been spending 7 years working on how to defend it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like the one thing they still haven't gotten down necessarily is the tush push, but we'll see if that's even still a play this next year.
Hey, I mean, it would be if Lane Johnson retired, I'd be like, yeah, it's probably about time. The fact you're played this long is beyond impressive. Power to you. If Landon Dickerson retires, it's like, oh my god, this O-line coach actually might be the greatest human to ever be involved in football if the players love him that much.
To be fair, they also just hired the Vikings' former O-line coach that we did not retain as their new O-line coach. Guys, I just want you to look at the numbers for Garrett Bradbury, Ed Ingram, and Ezra Cleveland when they were on the Vikings versus when they left. Have fun.
How long has he been there?
Chris Kluber was with us, I think, for like the last 5 seasons, something like that.
Quite a minute.
Not good.
Quite a long time. Quite a long time.
But yeah, I mean, like it's interesting. The Super Bowl, like we can talk about the game itself. First of all, Drake May put up the second worst statistical performance, I think, from any quarterback in the Super Bowl era. I don't know what quarter it was, but
only slightly worse than Rich Gannon, who had one of the funniest videos of all time over the weekend.
Yeah.
Rich Gannon and Gruden. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm man enough to admit it. I think I watched that video 24 times.
Really?
24 times.
Every time
I was like, this is the most football guy interaction I have ever seen online. Like online publicized. I'm like, this is literally how my high school football coach would react if he met his college teammate out in the public. This is exactly what would happen.
But yeah, I mean Drake May, I think, was sitting at like 60 passing yards or something like that before the fourth quarter, and he put up the most passing yards in the fourth quarter in Super Bowl history. That's garbage time passing stats, buddy. Like we can't be counting that. I'm pretty sure he had I think he had 60 passing yards before the fourth quarter. Drake May also led the Patriots in rushing yards with 37 yards on 5 carries the entire Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not a great day for the Patriots. Not a great day for Will Campbell when he's also getting out-memed.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was concerned.
He got the meme, Greg.
I was concerned about all those Drake May rushing props. Every single one of them hit.
Yeah. Yeah. The under on JSN also hit.
Oh yeah. I was just that didn't go to plan. The AJ Barner touchdown ended up hitting. It was not on
the receptions. Henry. And the receptions hit.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it was something to take in. Yeah, not ideal. Oh my God, the Rashid Shaheed overhit.
Yeah, that one was pretty quick. That one was pretty quick.
that one was probably the freest play of the Super Bowl. Yeah, no,
I'll say the over did not hit. The over did not hit.
I was so impressed with both of these defenses and how they played. Of course, that has to be your first thought here. What shocked me the most was the Seahawks when they sent Witherspoon on the blitz. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Well, they just kept overloading.
Oh my God.
They just kept overloading each side with cornerbacks, and the Patriots offensive line didn't know what to do.
And it's like the other thing with like Will Campbell, we were bringing it before, but it's like that bull rush. He gets we saw that Khalil Mack game. He gets knocked back into Drake May's pocket. And to be honest, when they were overloading his side, the blitz honestly wasn't coming in that fast because he's not hunkering down. Like when it's blitz coming off his side, he's like, I'm taking one. That's it. He knows what his role is.
Drake
you got a free rusher. You got a free rusher, dude. Like, you should know that. It was ironic when they sent the blitz opposite of Will Campbell's side. Guess what, Everett? Will Campbell's still losing his one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
So
you
get pressure from both.
He gets driven back regardless. Like, he doesn't castle that well, but he was just not setting when normally like he'll get driven back, but then he'll hold at a certain point.
Well, I
The
think it's like
entirety of
he's got great footwork, he's got good fundamentals, but it's just like he is limited by wingspan. I hate to say it, but physically he's at a disadvantage.
welcome to guard. We'll see you at guard.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna
Yeah.
have to. He can't play tackle in this league.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just like that's why he's driven back so far, though, is because he has to get steps back because his arms won't reach out fast enough to be able to get the defender to block.
Well, yeah, it's like he needs to step into when he's punching, he needs to step
Yeah.
into it. Okay.
Yeah.
And like because of that, he drops deeper to load up when he steps. And then guess what? When he punches, the dude's already locked out.
He just swats the
And
arm and goes
not-
around and
Well, it's just like
over.
when he's trying to lock you out, the DN's already doing that. DN already started to lock out you.
yeah.
What you gonna do? What you gonna
I
do?
don't know. We'll see
Called
what
the lookout
they end up
block
doing
when
to
you
change,
turn around.
but, like,
Drake, look out! He's coming. Look out!
That's like I don't know if you remember the video of I think it was like Riley Reef or something, or one of Mike Remmer of the Viking. It was a Vikings left tackle, the right tackle, and he just like fully just pushed the guy back behind through him and just sacked the quarterback. This was like a couple years ago, but it was just
That's
like,
impressive. Impressive
just literally,
mechanics.
it's just like no, please, like let me help you through. Actually, let me push you through.
It's impressive stuff over there.
Yeah,
Impressive stuff.
but no, just not a great Super Bowl at all. You know, when your MVP has no touchdowns, 27 carries, 135 yards, like guys, that's just clearly just not an entertaining thing. There wasn't even like a play, like obviously there were turnovers and stuff that made plays, but it wasn't like one shining moment of the Super Bowl that like that play changed the whole game. Like
No, there's not a
Malcolm Butler.
memorable play that
Yeah.
sticks out in your mind forever that you'll remember. There's absolutely none of that. It's kind of one to like disregard, and it's like the exciting players in this game. I guess JSN would have been the most exciting offensive player. Just gets hurt, dud game. It's just like, all right, well, this isn't very fun anymore. No, it was a little disappointing. Didn't exactly go how we wanted to, entertainment value wise. But you know what? I think that is kind of the theme about football right now. We're just seeing dominance up front. Indiana did it, Seattle did it, just even every team that made a run in any college or NFL, Miami, that D-line crazy. All these teams, what was the one common factor? They had disgusting D-lines, every single team. Broncos, disgusting D-line. Every single team that made it deep, gross D-line. Rams even count. Every single team, gross D-line. So that is the meta now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I am curious to see what alteration. Like, there will be some adjustments made for next season on the offensive side.
They might change RPOs. Linemen are allowed to be 5 yards downfield.
I just don't know what it is right now. I really have no idea. But yeah, I mean, like that's really just the recap on the Super Bowl. Not a whole lot to talk about. Not even
it just
any
wasn't
ads
exciting.
really to talk about this year. Like
Well, that's
no
another thing.
ads stood out. The best ad was the Budweiser commercial with the eagle on the horse's back. Like that probably was the best ad this year. So and
Yeah.
I think that's it's an okay ad in any other year. So
honestly, maybe it makes sense. Roger Goodell was making such a big deal of the halftime show. He's like, I know this game's gonna be bad. Like, we need the people talking about something. So
yeah. Only other NFL news, Grant, to talk about is the Rams and the 49ers are playing in Australia next year. That's a really big game to move to Australia, which, by the way, is also like 12 hours ahead. So I don't know what time they're going to play that game at to be able to watch it.
Australia. Yeah, I don't know how many hours ahead, but they are quite ahead. They actually might be so far ahead that they're like technically like 4 hours behind.
Yeah.
Like, it's like almost the same time here.
Yeah, but like that's just one of those things where I'm just like, what? I know we want to expand the game, but like, why are we moving one of the biggest games potentially for next year with huge divisional?
You know what? I think this is actually a great point.
To a foreign venue.
Yeah, this could be a larger international NFL discussion. I think clearly, if you're looking at what the NFL has done recently, let's say just this season, all these international games really becoming priority this year. Having Bad Bunny do the halftime show, the NFL is trying to expand globally, internationally, and this is the thing. This is a message to any NFL fan right now that's like complaining about it. Guess what? You're still watching the NFL if it's played in Brazil. Guess what? The NFL will never get a Brazil viewer if they never go there. They will never get that viewer if they don't go there. So the NFL is trying to grow internationally.
I will say this:
we cannot like it. That's completely fine as Americans. But like for the NFL to like grow, they want this thing to be as big as the World Cup ever. They want this to be so big that the whole world is tuning in for the Super Bowl.
I know,
and
I get that.
That's what they're doing.
But here's the issue. It's like there will be a point. This Australia game will be a very big example where it's like that team is at a disadvantage. I think it's the Rams, or no, I think it's the 49ers, or at a disadvantage because their home game in a divisional matchup is now being played abroad at a neutral venue site, essentially. Not to mention,
sure, but I mean that's kind of already been happening. Though.
That's the first thing. The second thing is like for some fans, like yeah, for me it fucking sucks to get up at 6 a.m. to watch them go and play to watch the Vikings go and play in Europe 2 back-to-back weeks. I've complained about that on this podcast a lot, and I will continue to complain about it. There have been times where I feel like a lot of their viewership from the United States has not watched the games or legally streamed them because they will not pay for NFL Network to go and watch those games. So at a certain point, yeah, they're going to be getting more revenue just because they're getting more foreign fans, but I think they're going to get less revenue from domestic fans because they're not going to be watching those games or they're not going to be watching them.
Well, I mean, short term, sure.
I think that long term it still might be the same way because most of these games are played at times that are not fair to.
Well, I think it's fans. The thing is it's a thing.
Then it's completely different.
But it's a thing. We don't know.
No,
but
I know.
The NFL
I know it's a thing.
Really see the results of this until they do it for like 15, 20 years. And what are we in year 4? So guys,
it's been way more than Grant. It's like
no. I know there's been Jaguars have done it a lot, but I feel
Vikings
like
have done it a lot. Browns have done it a lot. This is like year 10.
I feel like it's been like 2020. It's like every team now is international, or was that this year?
No, I mean you could say since post COVID, but like the international games have always been a thing for like the last 15 years.
No, I know, but
it's
now every team
prevalent.
It's now every
more
team.
Teams. That's fair. Now it's more teams.
It's only going to grow.
My general point is that if you want to keep growing it, people will tune in the games, but there will be a point that if you're not going to make the schedule time of the game work for the fans of them domestically, like this game in Australia, if you played this game in Australia at noon, I don't know what time that is here in the United States, but that's definitely not a normal time for any of these games. You know, like that's not going to be a time that most people will be able to watch.
I mean, sure. But my thing though with the NFL is like they have us so hooked by the balls.
But I don't have a choice.
I need to think about my 4th round dynasty fantasy pick for the next 3. I have to.
No, I know.
I do not have a choice.
I am just saying that it would be less problematic. Now, this is the truth. It would be less problematic if they were like, okay, we're going to go play in Berlin. Because this game's in Berlin and it's, we still want our domestic viewership to enjoy the game. We're going to have the game played in Berlin at 6 p.m. local time in Berlin instead of noon.
I think, okay, that could be an issue. Like, they don't care about domestic viewers for this, Everett.
Like, that's the whole thing. That's still they care about money, Grant. Like,
no, I'm aware, but right now,
you want to maximize every kind of revenue.
Hear this out. It's a crazy concept. They have reached the peak in the American market. Believe it or not.
I know. I'm just talking about maximizing revenue from all aspects.
Well, I'm just saying you could maximize every penny right now in this era, but then you become the MLB, and then let me ask you this though.
Let me ask you this. Is moving a game in Germany where you're still going to have probably a lot of American fans traveling, is moving the game in Germany from playing at noon local time in Germany to 6 o'clock in Germany really going to affect your revenue for people in Germany going to the game?
No, you're looking at it so short term. Like they want it so in 20 years people care about the NFL. They know this isn't happening. Like shit, they know if they
I don't think it's
play
gonna. I don't think the time
three
in which it
international
plays. I don't
games
think
a
the time
year
in which
for
they play
each
in an
team,
international game.
they're
I don't think
probably
the time
not
in which they.
increasing it over the
I
next
don't think the
5
time in which
years
they play an
even.
international game though is going to change in 20 years. Like I don't think them playing at 6 o'clock versus 12 o'clock is going to change how many fans they have in Germany in 20 years.
Well, I right now you're very hung up on the start times of the
But
game.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the start times because I'm saying to have the international games, I think the best way to make it work for everybody is to change the start time so then it's more of a normal time for the fans that are in America because it's still a normal time for people that are in Europe going to watch the game, but now it's also at a time in
No, I know,
America
but
where
they
people
just
watch the game.
we don't matter in this equation, Everett. Like
But this isn't
we
FIFA.
don't
It's completely
matter.
different.
No, I know, but they look at Roger Goodell saying when the World Cup rolls around and you see the FIFA president who's the person talking to him? Roger Goodell. Just look at that conversation. Look at Manfred picking his nose in the back, trying to get in there. The FIFA president's like, do not even try to make eye contact with me, Manfred. You are so beneath me. When you see that occurring, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, like they already have us, Everett. Like we're already in. And unfortunately, we all care way too much about this league. I even saw European fans sitting there just like, I don't really know Twitter numbers like this all the time, but it was a certain number of views when John Harbaugh got fired. And it's European fans being like, I have never seen this many views for a firing post. Like, how big is that sport? These are from Europeans.
It's true.
Sitting there.
It's true. I'm just saying, at a certain point, like, yeah, the world is bigger than the United States, right? And you might have maximized your viewership level in the United States at this point. You're trying to expand. In 20 years, though, like, there will never be fans in Europe that care about this sport as much as fans in the United States do. It just will not happen.
Certainly. Duh.
And to that extent, in 20 years, if you're predicating your market towards fans in another country over the fans in your own country that are the biggest fans of that, there will be a point where it reaches a limit and those fans that actually carry the revenue stop caring about it because you're not paying attention.
I think like kind of can like slightly diminish it, but I mean, come on, we're all still watching. It'll be tough for the NFL to lose me and you as a viewer. It'll be very hard.
I mean,
they have to do something crazy.
Games, it is very possible. Like depending on the way that they keep going at it, but like the bigger thing is,
Everett, don't try to.
We'll see at a certain point.
I would be concerned for you as a human if you didn't have the NFL. I'd be like, dude, what? I need to help you. Like I'd be very concerned. I'd be very concerned for you if you didn't.
No, but like, well, honestly, the biggest test of it will be when they inevitably do have a Super Bowl in London or something. We'll see really how what it is.
That's probably gonna happen in 2 years. But it's like also like I agree. Like I don't really think it'll be that crazy for the first year. But it's like this is a long-term play. Like Roger Goodell's doing this right now. And this like maybe like I kind of agree with you. I don't think it ever really will, but if it maybe were to someday become a thing, like Roger Goodell has probably been dead for 30 years. But like it all started there. But it's the NFL right now. These teams are valued so high, like so high.
I know, but that's Grant. You know why that is? We can
boost this if we're global.
They're valued so high, but it's because of the market and the foundation of everything within the fandoms of 100%.
It's just that growth is relatively capped.
I do still think at a certain
kind of like.
I do still think at a certain point though, like it's the inverse relationship of United States and soccer. Like obviously when the World Cup is in America, everybody's going to watch it because it's it's in our time zone. It's America, like we'll watch it, right? But the average American is not going to go and watch, the World Cup or just soccer. Like you have fans, right? But it's not the same level as the NFL in America, right? You have soccer fans, but it's not like the NFL in America. In Europe, you'll always have soccer fans. That's the biggest thing, and that will always be the biggest thing there. But if the NFL moves over there, it's going to kind of be like their version of how soccer is in America. And it's like, is that really the market? Like, you might have
Well,
friendlies.
I
like,
also think
we have friendlies. We have friendlies in
we
America.
haven't really. I don't think America's really tried to get us on the soccer market. I don't really think they have.
I just still don't know. Like, I don't.
I'll be
think
honest.
that
The
there will
only
ever be a
reason,
talk.
only reason I follow soccer is because of FIFA. If I never got
That's-
FIFA
that's fair.
14, I wouldn't be a
That's
fan
fair.
of this at all.
But like my point is that like I don't see a world in which like United States as of right now, like fans in the United States value soccer and FIFA.
Well,
more than
I
they
agree.
value
I don't
FIFA.
ever see it because
And I
also
think that that's
Europeans
gonna
are
be
just
the
so
same
stuck up
way.
and self-righteous.
It's going to
that
be the
they
same way in like
refuse.
Europe. Like I don't ever see
I
them
agree.
in a world
No,
where
I
they will
agree.
value the NFL more, and for that reason,
I
at a certain
agree.
point, why are you going to value what the European market says over?
Well, like I agree. I just think though they like have to try. That's what they're thinking.
No, obviously you have to try. That's why I'm just saying though, you're going to try. You might as well optimize your your income, I guess, in that.
But I don't think that'd be
time
like
zones and stuff.
Their goal.
Everybody watches.
This is a big thing. That their goal is not maximize revenue with these international games. That's not it.
It's maximizing fandom. I get it.
Yeah,
but I think
like they're paying
both.
they're paying money to invest in fandom.
I think you can still do both.
This is a
For the most
business
part,
expense.
when the
Hosting that
NFL
game, it
when
costs the
NFL
NFL.
I know, but when the NFL's doing this, like I guarantee you, they're looking at when the soccer games are at, like what games would be the best for the markets. Teams would do well, right? They're going to be looking at everything. So I think moving the time 3 hours into the day so that you can get more fans domestically watching it with the same amount of fans that are going to attend the game anyways. You might as well do that because then you're getting the best of both worlds. You have people stop complaining in the United States about the moving games internationally to an extent. You have the same amount of fans internationally wanting to go to the game. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, which is why I don't understand why they're not doing it. Because it's still moving. You're still getting all the ads and everything. You're still going to get all the fans, and all that kind of stuff in Europe and et cetera. So that's my point. But enough of the international game talk. You know, that's really not that important.
No, I thought that was good. That is very relevant.
No, it is very good. Relevant. But we have a whole off season here to talk about it, Grant.
But it's cut right now. It's popping up hard. So I think
it is
really fun.
Grant, I think the last thing we can wrap up with this little interesting bit from the NBA of all places, some sport that we do not talk about.
Is that going on right now?
Yeah, I guess it is. Maybe. One sport we don't talk about until quite literally the playoffs. Grant, how bad do the Dallas Mavericks need to be doing right now for Mark Cuban to go and try to buy them back to make them successful?
Yeah, there was a lot to unpack when I saw that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure a big reason why Mark Cuban left to begin with is because he didn't really agree with some other owners.
It was crypto.
Oh, okay.
He spent all of his money in crypto.
Okay, so that was it. Okay.
Probably partially also that he disagreed with other owners.
I know
he
had Mark Cuban was in a unique position as an owner. Let's just talk NBA, NFL owners. Okay, just those two leagues. He was in a unique position among that ownership group where he is a public figure. He is known outside of his team that he owns, and he is a personality. People are aware of who he is outside of the sport. And that gave him a lot of negotiating power, you could say, in weird Bohemian Grove meetings with all the owners when they get together, okay? He had some power in these circles among these ownership groups. And I think recently his power has dwindled a little bit with some newcomers in the NBA. I would say it was probably nice for him when the biggest franchise in the sport is ran by a mom and pop shop, the Buses. So I do not need to worry about the Lakers. I know they're idiots over there. Probably the smartest owner in the Western Conference in the NBA. That was probably really nice, all these things for him. But now that he's want to get back into it, I still ask this question all the time. I feel like, is there any chance that Mark Cuban had Nico trade Luka to dip the value of the team when he rebuys it back? No, a specific player does not impact the value of the team very much, if at all, which I
mean, the
still
Mavericks are
debate,
so they're
but
still very valuable, but I do think that's it's definitely something that comes up when you're talking about the
hey, yeah,
price.
I mean, it's certainly you're like, huh, that's quite
Although, I
interesting.
mean, then you still the inverse of that. They got the number 1 pick. They got Cooper Flag.
Sure,
So,
sure.
I know they just traded
Yeah,
AD,
they have a
but
future, guys. They have Cooper Flag, who I'm pretty sure he dropped 50 the other night, Everett. Like that dude's
yeah.
19. I mean, what are we talking about, guys? Oh shit. But yeah, I that was interesting to see him want to get back into it with a group, with an investor group. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So maybe this is kind of like a Guggenheim situation where like Mark Cuban's the Magic Johnson of this group. He's the face of it.
The best part of it all is that it says unidentified Dallas-based investor group. Like they're just like, yeah, we're fucking fed up with this shit. Like I'm taking this in my own hands. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna go fix this.
Yeah, no, I was interested in that Mark Cuban decision, but I think right now ownership in a team is very interesting and very weird when you're looking at all the 3 leagues and how different owners approach it. It's like if you're a legacy team, you've owned the team for years, your dad used to own it, you're now the son who has it. Like I can kind of see your position of going cheap out. I can kind of see it. But of the new owners in place, I'm David Tepper's that Panthers owner.
Yes.
Some of these new owners who want to be a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more. Yeah, Ishbia want to be a little bit more involved, be a little more,
hands-on.
Hands-on, just involved in decision making and aware of what's going on. Kind of,
they want to live out the dream they had as a kid, where they
exactly. Hey, I'll be honest. I'm gonna say if I somehow had the money to buy a sports team, I would certainly be very hands-on.
If you were the owner,
very
of Los
hands-on.
Angeles Dodgers,
I Jerry Jones the shit out of it. Everett.
You're telling them exactly what to be doing.
I'm giving you guys a trade graph that I made. You need to follow it. Like, yeah, I'd be doing that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily blaming these new owners who come in and do it because it's like you just paid billions for a team. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing something for them.
It's a new toy. Yeah, you're gonna play around with it.
Exactly. So I mean,
quite literally for billionaires, what a childhood toy would be like. Like, oh, cool! I just got my new action figure. Let me go.
They just bought an IRL Madden franchise. Okay, do you think they're just not gonna play the new game? They just spent $10 billion to play franchise mode IRL. Do you think they're gonna outsource that? No. What?
No.
I'm playing franchise mode IRL, guys. They're probably texting their old frat buddy who's also CEO at some company, and they're like, dude, I'm actually doing this. Like,
remember when we talked about that? Yeah.
That would be what's going on with all these guys. So, yeah, I mean, I don't blame them for out, but ownership's interesting. And the pool of available owners is like only decreases by the year because team valuations increase by $5 billion every year.
And owners just refuse to sell. So
well, that's another thing. So we're in a weird position, but I think if Mark Cuban rebuys the Mavs and it's voted in quickly, then that confirms that the owners like Mark and they want him back in because it's like you could actually tell Adam Silver to do something.
Which they need. They need. I don't know what has been going on in the NBA's executive roles recently, but it hasn't been good for the sport. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that they have easily is like by nature of the players, but NBA obviously is a much easier barrier entering the European market than the NFL. A bunch of the star players in the NBA are European, so it's not that difficult. So it's that helps, makes it a lot easier. But I mean, honestly, actually, no, let's look at this. NBA. 1990s, early 2000s. If we're looking at European NBA players, there's not that much. I got Tony Kukoc. I got Peja Stojakovic. I got help me out. Manu's Argentinian, but okay. There's not that many Europeans, but there was some Kukoc, I'm thinking specifically, that maybe helped a little bit. But then you saw like early 2000s Spurs, Tony Parker. I know
I also
he's French. Boris Diaw. You were starting to get some guys.
Like
Yao
not even
Ming's
just
very
Europe.
big, but
Yeah.
just international market. You're starting to
Ricky
slowly
Rubio.
get Ricky Rubio. Sure, he count. You're slowly, so Delhi legend.
Hmm.
Shout out to you're slowly getting these guys in. Sasha Vujacic, slowly, and then 2015, 16, 17, you now are getting Europeans drafted in the lottery, and they are the stars of their teams and winning championships and the king of the basketball. And I think that's honestly why the NFL is going so hard. They see the NBA. They're like,
I don't think it's I will just say it.
that's
I don't
actually
think
why
it's
Everett. The NBA is why the NFL
I'm
because
sure it's influential, but I
in
don't think it's
theory
one
the
to one. It's
NBA
completely
has
different.
higher
Like
growth than the NFL.
maybe once football's been in the Olympics for like 20 years, 30 years, sure. But like I think a large part of basketball, like that you saw that growth is one, you had Michael Jordan and you had Magic Johnson, all that stuff. But two, you had Olympic basketball where people on a global level are watching these American players play the sport at a top level to against their countries. Like you had people from Europe watching the American team and Michael Jordan and all these players go and play.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley, right? Go and play against their country and see how they're. And they're like, that is awesome. I want to play that. I want to play that sport. And
you see Magic
Bryant.
throw a lob, and you're like, "Oh my god, that is athleticism I've never seen in my life."
But like Kobe Bryant, obviously Kobe Bryant's massive in Asia, around the world, but Asia specifically, like so you'll have like that kind of influence. But I think it's because basketball, from a point blank standard, is more of a global sport and has always been more of a global sport than the NFL. And I don't think that the NFL will ever get there.
My only thought of getting the NFL Europeans to start buying in, my only solution to this, you should take notes, Rogers, and hit me up in the email. Jordan Mailata needs to be the number one spokesperson of American football to international audiences. You need Jordan Mailata to literally sit down, go to European countries and tell them, yeah, these are the things that changed when I went from rugby to the NFL, and just like take a picture of his house when he played rugby versus house when he played in the NFL. Show him that picture. And then also just have Jordan Mailata sit there and just tell them all, just like, yeah, I mean, you get a free education in college pretty much. Yeah, world-class everything compared to rugby. It's not even close. The investment in terms of your team, what they invest into you improve you, not even comparable. Like, you need Jordan Mailata to be the spokesperson. He's the only because the only guys you're going to get are rugby guys. I'm now just thinking the average European soccer fan, they're 5'10", $160. Like, you're never doing this in the NFL. You can't get the rugby guys though. You can get the rugby guys to convert into hardo European. All the geezes out there. All right, you can get them. But you need Jordan Mailata to be the spokesperson. That's the only solution, Everett. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just don't know how much, like, not necessarily impact, like how many of those guys there are to begin with, and how many of those guys really be like, yeah, I'll do that.
Hey, I'll be honest. Hey, I might have a solution to the guard crisis. All right, I might have a solution. All I'm saying, we've been thinking Aussie punters. What about Aussie guards?
I don't know if the Aussies are built for the guard position, but
the rugby ones are. Not everyone. 75% of them, no, they aren't. But the rugby ones, Everett, yes.
Yeah.
It's a finite group, but honestly, that is another thing. Like basketball, for example, you need to be over 6 foot to play. If you're under 6 foot, I don't care if you're Curry behind the line. You're getting picked on like a deer on defense. If you're 5'11", you don't have a chance.
Grant, well in with this. Ole Miss has filed a reconsideration to the NCAA over the denial of Trinidad Chambliss's eligibility waiver and appeal. The reconsideration is expected to focus on evidence over Chambliss's 2022 season at Ferris State, where he believes he was entitled to a medical red shirt related to a severe case of tonsillitis. Yeah, Trinidad, you're going to the NFL, buddy. I don't know what team you're going to play.
No chance he can tonsillitis his way back.
I don't know. if I've seen a single player try
Is that
so
the
hard
worst excuse possible for a red shirt? Is that the worst one?
mononucleosis. Well, Sam Darnold was
Before a
close
red
out,
shirt,
but before
trying to get a red shirt, is that the worst possible thing you
That's
could have?
pretty close. That's pretty close. That's like Aqib Talib shooting himself in the leg. Be like, guys, I got shot. I can't
Oh no,
play.
that's Plaxico Burress. That's Plaxico.
I thought Aqib also did that.
They may have both done it. I can confirm Plaxico did it. Let me see if Aqib Talib shot himself in the foot.
The bigger thing, I don't think I've seen a single guy try so hard not to play in the NFL.
Okay, he did. It wasn't on purpose. Plaxico Burress shot himself in the foot because he wanted to see what it felt like. So that's why Plaxico shot himself in the foot.
Way worse. But yeah, I don't know if I've seen a guy try so hard not to play in the NFL like Trinidad Trimless has. I don't know if I've seen it.
Yeah,
seriously.
I mean, if you're Brick Johnson right now, you must be so offended. Like, you must be so offended right now. This guy, Trinidad, 4 years older than me, is literally pulling every trick out of the book so I don't draft him. Bullshit, dude. Brick is pissed off. All right, Brick is heated right now.
Yeah, he's been running so many Madden drafts with him as like the QB1 that he doesn't really know what to
do. Brick like finally just got through a save where he didn't get fired at the end of the year. He's like, oh my God, it's like we got some positivity. Like, we went 6-11. They kept me. But yeah, I mean, some interesting things going on over there. But yeah, I want to say Trinidad. I want you to go to the NFL because you are ready, dude. You are ready. You are ready, Trinidad. I'm excited for him. I think he has one of the greatest stories in this era of NIL transfer portal.
Oh, you know, Mel Kiper and ESPN are about to eat that shit up.
I would hope so, but like, what if Mel Kiper's just like, none of these quarterbacks compared to Shedeur? So I probably would skip.
It's also very possible. He'd be like, if Shedeur went in this draft, he'd be QB1. He'd be after the first round.
It sucks that might be the most long-standing meme of the year when Mel Kiper cried for Shedeur on draft day. That might be the most long-standing 5 years from now. What do you remember from that season? Oh, I remember when Mel Kiper cried on national television.
Not the meme.
That's certainly up there, but it's like an on-screen moment in game. True. Is that or Jalen Carter? Is it Jalen Carter spitting on Dak? No. There's got to be something better.
Very possible. It's very possible.
There must be something more entertaining than that one. But I mean, yeah, just not.
But yeah, with that, we'll wrap up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in the entire NFL season. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at EversTakes and at WaterboyGrant. We post new episodes every week on YouTube, all podcast platforms. Make sure to tune in so you don't miss anything. We also post exclusive content on Instagram and on TikTok as well. So make sure to check us out there so you don't miss anything else. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.